Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Underneath the Hood. I'm Dave Martin, the owner of Martin's Auto Repair in Central Phoenix.
I'm Glen Hayward, the proud owner of Goodworks Auto Repair in sunny Tempe, Arizona.
And I'm Lee Weatherby with Accurate Automotive in the heart of Mesa.
And together, we represent 140 years of combined automotive experience.
Our goal is to change the perception of our auto repair industry by going behind the scenes and underneath the hood.
And we hope to share with you what it's like to own a small business and give you a perspective from an insider's point of view.
So let's get started. Hey, good morning, Lee. Good morning, Glenn. What's going on, guys?
David.
Yeah.
So good to see you again, brother.
If you say my name
Lee,
3 times.
Equally fun to see you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I didn't get the Lee.
Yeah.
Lee, for goodness sake.
I know.
That sounds like I'm trying to sing a Hawaiian song or something.
Hey, and we just got back from Hawaii, so it was quite nice.
Yeah, my mom used to yell out, all 3 of our names whenever she was mad at us because she just couldn't remember which one she was going to yell at. So just yell at all 3 of us at the same time.
My grandmother, my dad's mother, was famous for that.
It's a group thing.
Yeah, she just kind of couldn't figure it out. There was 5 boys.
She called me,
for my
she called me
grandmother,
my
that
brother's
would've been
name and called my
amazing
brother
if
by name. And I'm like, that's not me.
You guys,
We're not twins. We're not twins.
Hey, this is kind of good. I'm feeling some energy this morning now. This is good.
Yeah, we're all talking crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, hey, guys.
It's
so
October.
Another great show. Yeah, guess what? It's
Halloween.
Right around the corner.
That's right.
Well, and I'm glad that neither one of you taken off your mask from last year. So that's really good. That's good.
That was a low blow.
Mine got scarier.
Yeah, you guys started this before the show started. You guys started picking on me, so hey, you know what? The gloves are on.
One
man,
good
we're going
turn
for it.
deserves another.
I love it.
So let's get this thing started. And Glenn, why don't you go ahead and give us a day in history?
This day, October 28th of 1995. Now, this even surprised me when I saw this. The first concept version of the Toyota Prius, a hybrid car, made its debut at the Tokyo Motor Show. Now, interestingly enough, the first Priuses to appear here came in 2001. So they did that's 5 more years until either they convinced America that we were ready, that this car was ready for the American people and for safety-wise and all the other attributes that are required by the NHTSA to make sure that they're importing a safe car. Because we have imported some real bombs in this country, and they were
The Yugo.
Yeah, they were unsafe. They were just, rolling piles of garbage, to say
Not the Prius, though.
That's
No,
the nice
and
thing.
look at how many of them are on the road.
I know.
There's a ton of them. You can't, you're driving down the road, you see.
If you don't see 10, you don't see 10 in a 5-mile stretch,
that's what I was just going to say. Yeah,
you're not
true.
paying attention.
That's true.
And I've owned a bunch of them, and I've bought and sold a bunch of them, and we were actually the first registered, licensed hybrid repair shop, independent shop in the state of Arizona. So we went to school, took the courses, learned how to work on them, and to this day we are still one of the top shops, independent shops that is servicing hybrid vehicles, not just Toyota.
Yeah, you did more than most people.
Yeah.
You service more of them than most people ever have. So
yeah.
that's and kudos to you. And there's Toyota, they said they're really not. They don't have any EVs. They're going to stick with the hybrids.
That's correct.
And I like it. I was in a car. I was in a guy's Tesla that was taking us to the airport because we were traveling, and he told me, he said, I love the Tesla. It's I like EVs, but he said, you know what? He said, if I had to get another vehicle, if I could find something with the technology in it and a nice car, he said, I would much prefer have a hybrid because you always have a backup.
Yeah.
He said, you don't need to worry about stopping to charge the vehicle. It's got an engine and it's got a battery set up. And
right.
So that's the difference. And I think that's a lot more, unique or it's a lot more to the point where you can use it all day long and not worry about it.
Well, I think, Toyota has got a successful market. They've got a successful product. Why would you want to change from it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I've heard people at the golf course say, "Oh, maybe I'll change up," and I'm thinking, why would you leave your best club in the bag? You know what I mean? Get it out and hit it with the best club. And the same thing with Toyota.
I would never hit my car with the golf club. Oh,
good on you, good on you, good on you.
I think didn't a famous golfer get his car beat up with a golf club?
I think it was Tiger or something, wasn't it?
Interestingly, and I don't think if anything has changed since my recollection of it, but they use nickel metal hydride as the composition of the electric batteries in those things. And to this day, I think they're still using nickel metal hydride where everyone else has gone to lithium ion. Tesla's lithium ion, Kia, Hyundai, a lot of other manufacturers of hybrid vehicles are using lithium ion. Neither one of them has proven to outlast the other or whatever. And I think there's probably a little less susceptibility with the nickel metal hydride to not spontaneously combust.
Yeah.
Like lithium ion can. So I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong. Both have been effective.
I think it boils down to Toyota probably bought a whole, big truckload of, the stuff. So now they're going to use it.
The nickel metal hydride. I mean, yeah, I'm relatively sure they're manufacturing their own batteries in their own battery plant in Japan.
Yeah.
But, I absolutely love their vehicles. I think they're extremely reliable and
there's a lot
great
of
longevity. I've got customers with 400,000 miles on their Priuses.
Oh, yeah.
And they refuse to get rid of them.
Wow.
Even if they blow up the motor, they'll put a new motor in it before they'll get rid of the car.
I think what it all boils down to is most of these manufacturers just looking how they can reduce, the carbon footprint, of what's going on with the vehicles that were being made. And so I think they want to be responsible. So I think, at some point.
Well, and if you go on the internet,
yeah,
you can find all kinds of things, right? And one thing contradicts the other thing, and so,
sure.
So, and our producer sent this to me that Toyota is at the end of next year supposed to unveil some EVs.
Three models.
Yeah. So 3 models. So obviously they see a market there, and obviously their company, they want to make money. They want to, that's what they do is build cars. And obviously if the market is dictating that they need to build EVs, I'm sure they're probably going to do it.
Yeah. But there's not a reason why they shouldn't use a multifaceted approach.
Yeah, no. And I love it because, but I guess back to the whole point is that I admired Toyota because they went with the hybrids.
Yeah.
Because the hybrids they're so much more useful.
Yeah.
Because when the battery dies on a hybrid, it doesn't matter. The car's going to still run because
right.
you got a gas engine backing it up.
Right.
And with the EVs, it's not like you can, pull over to the side of the road, car shuts off, and then you have to go down to your local, electric station and bring a bucket of electricity back to your car. You know what I mean? So
what I want to know is how does this relate to our scary Halloween stories?
Well, that was backly on the quote because you have got to give us the quote of the day. That was a day in history.
I like it. All right. Well, okay. So
we got on a tangent. Is what we did.
Well,
can you do a George Carlin impersonation?
You guys, what a surprise!
Yeah, what a surprise! Yeah, no kidding. But like chasing a squirrel, chasing a cat.
I will tell you this. This is one of my favorite comedians. And I love his kind of deadpan approach to things. But this is really great. It says, "Have you ever noticed that anybody driving slower than you is an idiot, and anyone going faster than you is a maniac?"
Yeah.
I said that like 6 times on the way over here.
That's a truism. That
it
transcends all of humanity.
Drive, dang it. Get out of my way. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, it's like really.
The light turned green 30 seconds ago and they're still sitting there playing on their phone or whatever they're, I don't know what they're doing.
And you see that consistently. I mean, that's a daily event.
It's a daily event. Oh, people, that phone, I'm not even going to go there.
Then you blow your horn and they flip you off like they didn't do anything wrong. It's like,
what's wrong with you, idiot?
Yeah,
I was in the middle of something important.
But that quote of the day couldn't be more accurate.
I know it is.
It really could not be more accurate. It really is. But hey, guys, you know what? Halloween
Halloween.
And
Halloween.
either one of you going trick or treating?
Boo! I am with the
Take the
grandbabies.
grandkids. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, Lee. You're using the grandkids to
Hey.
go trick or treating for you.
That's exactly
You
right.
want the candy.
Amen. Hey, like we talked about before, I haven't changed my mask.
Nope. Still scary.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Still scaring people.
that's too bad.
we go.
Too bad for humanity. You haven't changed your mind.
Yeah.
Hey, I love you guys too.
I know how that goes, Lee. I know how that goes. You're going with the grandbabies.
That's
Yeah,
right.
my
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That's right.
Yeah,
And I volunteered.
yeah. You volunteer. Yes, I know.
What
you
a
did.
guy.
And you know
What
what?
a-
Yes,
he's
I'm taking a bag and pillowcase. You know,
He's a noble.
I need to
he's a
sort
noble
the- I need to
grandfather.
sort the
I mean,
candy.
come on.
And you gotta taste test
there's-
some of it just to make sure it's okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Just to
know.
make sure the
That's-
candy's safe.
That's exactly right.
It's a safety
exactly
deal.
right.
That's a parent's job.
He's
That's
protecting
exactly
his
right.
grandchildren.
Oh, come on, it's a
What guy.
grandparent's job.
Yeah, just grandparents' job. Yeah, hell with the parents.
That's right.
Yeah, if I would have known how great being a grandparent was, I would have skipped my own.
No.
So, Dave, I think today we're going to be talking about what? Scary sounds?
Yeah, and you know what? Through Halloween, what happens? We get all these scary sounds when you go up to somebody's house and they got it all decked out and they've got these weird noises and stuff.
Oh, heck yeah.
And we're all like, the kids are scared and you're laughing, but it's fun. It's really fun.
We always thought that a scary sound was, someone farts in church.
That's not scary. That's smelling.
That's evacuation.
Yes.
All right.
So, but guess what, guys? You know what? We're in the automotive industry. And how many times do you guys get a customer or a client that comes into your shop that has a scary noise?
You know
that
what?
they're like terrified.
Several times a week.
Well, you guys, it's a year-round event. So Halloween is every week in our shop.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
every week.
much.
Every week. And and
Amen
it's
to
so
that.
funny because if I know the client really well and they've been coming to us for a long time, they're friends. I mess
How long
with
has that
them.
noise been there?
Yeah. Well, no. I make them say the sound like 6 times just to make fun of them, and because it is funny,
Can you do that again?
Yeah,
Can you do that again?
Yeah, and they're doing it, and then they realize I'm making fun of them, so then they tell me to,
Yeah.
What did it sound like?
yeah.
Yeah,
But it is hilarious.
It's a ghost in the machine.
It is hilarious when they do come in.
Don't worry,
And they
Mrs.
make
Smith.
these noises. You're just like,
Don't worry,
that's
Mrs.
funny.
Smith. We removed
Well,
the dead cat from underneath your.
without any prompting. This was the funniest thing that happened this week. Okay, customer comes in and they get the car towed in. They said, "My car goes click 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 click," and I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, my car goes click 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 click." I go, "What's it doing?" He goes, "It's going click 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 really really fast." And I said, "How fast?" Click, 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 click. I was like, okay, well, I go, "Have you done anything different lately?" And he goes, "Yeah, I had a new key made." "Where'd you get it made at?" "Ready? Home Depot."
The Homeless Depot.
I said, okay, did
love
they
it.
give you a chip key or what? We looked at a key. There's no chip. There's no. I go. "Did the guy tell you this would have to be programmed?" He goes, "No." I says, "Did he tell you it was going to click, 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 click?"
Well, and it just goes to show that even keys are complicated nowadays.
No
It's like,
question.
oh my gosh, just getting a regular key cut is so complicated with cars anymore. But
ridiculous.
hey, guys, I got to tell you this. So we're going to go through a little bit list here of noises.
Ooh, I
And
like
you guys tell me what you think that noise might be.
Okay.
Okay, because
Do we have to relate it to a Halloween animal?
Halloween animal.
There's
Yeah.
bats and owls, scary.
Ghosts and
sound.
ghouls
There
and
you
come on, all the fun stuff.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to do what we tell our servicizers never to do. We're going to sit at the desk and diagnose the car.
Oh my God! Don't even go there.
This is what we're going to do today.
All right.
So squealing when braking.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
there's a couple things that can cause that. It could be that every pair of disc brakes has what they call a squealer on it, which is intentionally put there. It is riveted to the pad to let you know that when your brakes are wearing out, that squealer touches it and makes that eerie squealing sound when you apply the brakes, and then
See?
it releases. Hopefully, if your caliper is releasing.
See, Glen took the easy one. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
he
I
took
know,
the easy
I
one.
know. Yeah, no,
Of
I know.
course.
So like I say,
Low hanging fruit.
low hanging fruit. Yeah,
Yeah.
he snagged
One
that right
hung
away.
low.
Yeah,
He
there
didn't
you
even have to
go.
jump for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would say is squealing sound when you're braking, metal on metal brakes. When it's metal to metal, when
Yeah.
it's gone through the pad.
That is
The squealer's broken off months ago. You know what I mean? The squealing went
when
away.
you already
Yeah.
when you already ground that off.
Yeah,
Now you're
when-
done.
yeah.
Now you're down
You
to the
went right through
backing.
that. I mean, the squeal was nothing. Now it's almost more
Grinding.
like a moan. You know,
Almost like a grind.
almost like a grind.
Well, it is grinding.
Yeah.
You got metal on metal. It's
You
grinding.
Bet. You bet.
It's just like taking a piece of metal and stick it in the grinding wheel.
It just has a different tempo. So it went from a soprano to a bass.
Right. There you go. Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it because you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it did.
Yeah.
And you went way too far. No
You
doubt
went-
about it.
Yeah.
And also, I want to throw this in there. It could also be brake dust.
Oh, and no question.
Okay, so
Is that like angel dust, but totally different?
No. Whoa, don't go there.
you are old. If
I
you're
bring
talking-
that-
if you're talking about angel dust, you are old. They don't even do that anymore.
Not that I've ever done that.
Anyway,
Or ever would.
so anyway,
Hey.
I'm kind of worried about you about 20 years ago.
Hey, I'm the one with the
Wow.
warped sense of humor out of the Three Stooges here.
No
okay?
question.
Warped. Yeah, no, you.
It was
you went
too
way
much
past
angel
warp.
dust, Glenn.
You went way past
I
warp.
went at warp speed warp
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but brake dust can also cause it too.
It's-
I had a brand new vehicle. I bought a brand new vehicle, and in the first couple months, the brakes were squealing. Took them back to the dealership because it was under warranty, and that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
brake dust,
It's-
and so that happens. And there's, when it comes to brake dust, obviously that you don't need to replace the pads.
Right.
If there's a couple things you can do to get rid of it.
Scuff
Number
the
one-
pads,
Scuff some
resurface
pads.
the rotors.
Yeah, and there's
you know what I
also
mean?
a chemical that they make that you can put on the pads that keep it from squealing, and it works
Mhm.
pretty well.
Yeah.
So so there's a lot of things there. Well, this was an easy one, guys.
But that's probably one of the most common complaints that we get.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? Is
Squealing.
squealing noise.
Now,
from brakes.
are we talking about? Was that specific to the wheels when you apply the brakes?
When braking.
Okay, there's other squealing that can take place.
When you-
I don't know if you're going to get to that. though.
Yeah. We're going to get to other squealings.
Okay,
gotta
like
calm
you
down
have
there.
a
Calm
you have
down
a
there.
dying pig in your trunk or something.
Yeah, a body that isn't completely dead yet. So, all right. So number 2, guys, to Glen's point here, because Glenn jumped the gun, of course.
Whoa.
At least I have a gun. There
Squealing under the hood.
you go.
Ooh.
It could be a lot of things, but
You know what?
most common,
The
Dave,
cat that didn't get out fast enough before I started the motor.
that would
I
make
knew
it.
you were going to go there. I just knew you were going to go there. All those cat lovers out there, his name is Lee.
Yeah.
Send him the hate mail.
A couple weeks ago, we did have a customer come in and they heard this noise, and I don't know why it took so long, but there was a kitten
Ooh.
that was laying in the pan underneath, and heavily
We've-
decomposed, and we had to remove it.
We've seen it a
It,
couple
it
times.
actually
All right,
damaged
guys.
the.
All right, guys. Let's get to the mechanical part. Let's stop going with
Okay,
dead
so I'm
animals.
gonna steal the easy
If it's
one.
a rat, no one
I'm gonna
feels
steal
bad
the easy
though,
one
right?
this time. I'm gonna steal the low hanging fruit. I'm hungry. It could be a belt, you know what I mean, that's starting to separate or come apart, or one of the idler pulleys, you know what I mean, that is starting to wobble or get loose.
Because they turn. I don't know,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Believe it or not, it could be, one of the components like an alternator.
Yeah, I was
with
just
the
going
bearings
there.
going bad or
Yeah.
something like that.
Water pump.
Water pump.
Yeah.
Could be the AC compressor bearing starting to
Yeah.
wear out.
Anything with a bearing.
Absolutely.
Anything
Fan,
that's
the
turning with a-
radiator fans. I've heard them squeal really bad
Absolutely.
too, screeching.
Absolutely.
They kick in, and you don't hear it when you first start the car because they don't kick in until the engine reaches a certain temperature.
Or
and
you
they
turn on
come
the
on,
air.
it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Hissing under the hood. Hissing under the hood. That means your car engine is really mad at you.
Some
It's
kind of.
hissing at you.
Would it be some kind of a hissing cobra, maybe, or rattlesnake, or something?
I would go immediately to something of the nature of a vacuum leak or something where, you know what I mean, you've got a distorted hose or
Air.
PCV that's bad or
Whatever
something of
air
that
is
nature.
passing.
Or your
through is
vehicle's
causing you to-
overheating and it's overpressurizing the radiator cap capacity, and it
Yeah.
starts
Yeah.
That's
hissing.
definitely- that's-
And that'll have other signs with it as well.
You'll get some steam.
You'll get
Oh,
some,
yeah. Yeah.
You'll know the car screaming, "Get away from me!" You
Yeah,
know?
the car's hissing at you.
Yeah, kind of like a wild rampant animal saying,
Yeah,
"I don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
Don't pet me."
And this noise here, you guys will be used to because you guys hear it sometimes when you shake your head. Rattling noise.
I hear it daily.
Oh man, I thought
hear
you
it
meant
daily.
I thought you meant after I ate a bean dinner or something. But
I was talking about when you shake
that would
your
be
head.
a smell along with the noise.
And you know what? The funny thing is there's a lot of things that can go along with that rattling noise. You know, like
And
we
they drive
talked
us
about-
all crazy, by the way.
They absolutely do.
They you know what? And this is why I swear I tell all my guys this. If a customer comes in with any noise, we go for a ride with them first because we want to make sure that we're fixing the right noise. Sometimes these cars come in with 6 noises
You bet.
and we fix the wrong one.
Yeah.
You know, we fix the most obnoxious one. It's the little one that barely can hear.
And that is
That-
so
that-
apropos what
they-
you're saying.
They're so annoyed by that noise.
Yeah.
And so we always go for a ride with them just to make sure that we pick the right noise. But the rattling one can be really tough because sometimes I've had 4 guys in the car
Yeah.
driving around because the noise.
Everybody
travels-
picks a different one.
Well, yeah, because and they all the noise travels throughout
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the driver's seat. And it's coming from the driver's front. No. And then the guy sitting in the passenger seat's going, no, it's coming from the passenger's front.
Yeah.
Or the guys in the back are, no, it's coming from the back.
Right rear.
Yeah, right rear. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so it's very important that in tracing down those noises can be just a real challenge.
There's no question. The first thing I always tell my guys whenever we're talking about a rattling, a noise, anything of that nature, open the hood and check the oil. I want to know what the condition and how much capacity we have in the engine. Because a lot of times, you know what I mean? A rattling noise, knocking noise, they can all be confused. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you don't know what you don't know. But the other thing is, we're going to open the hood anyways. You know what I mean? To be able to take a look
absolutely.
if we suspect that it's coming from that arena. So just go ahead and just check the oil. Do a quick little check. Find out, make sure that you've got plenty of oil in there. Sometimes, you know, we can open the hood, we can find out, hey, look, there's no oil in the dipstick. Okay, that could be a potential cause for problem. Or we do, and now all of a sudden, let's start it up, and you see, just like you were talking about earlier, water pump wiggling, causing a rattle, or any of the
Well,
components
there's rattles
failing.
inside the engine too. You know,
bet.
Oh,
Well,
had one yesterday. Had a transit van come in, and apparently someone had changed the air filter in it and didn't lock the box down, and
Oh.
it sits right against the firewall.
Yeah.
And when the thing's idling, it's
Just
like,
sitting there, just sitting there.
yeah. And
So I got to tell you guys something on the rattling noise that's really funny. Is so I was online one day and there's a technician. There's 2 technicians and the one was starting a car
Mhm.
and he'd been working on it for a while, right? Obviously. So his buddy has a wrench in his hand and he's hitting the bumper of the thing, tapping on it. And the guy is going nuts because I think he just put a motor in this thing. And this guy is just going
That was-
nuts.
I would have whipped his ass.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
love that guy already.
Oh,
I
come
like
on,
him. I didn't even know his
swinging,
name.
man.
It was so funny because you could tell the other guy was so frustrated. He was like, "Oh man," he thought he was gonna have to do it all over again, and he was mad. And this guy is just messing with him. And I'm like, but it was funny. It was good. So yeah, the rattling noises are a real challenge. But if you do have a rattling noise in your car, don't disregard it. Hey, we had one here a couple of weeks ago where it was the rattling noise was something they had in the trunk.
Yeah.
You know, they put something in the trunk and they didn't really remember that they stuck it in the trunk and the noise happened afterwards.
Catalytic converters, when they
rattle.
burn out, they'll rattle.
Yeah.
Tell-
The thing comes loose inside.
Yeah, or you exhaust something, one of your security straps or something came loose and it's shaking and wiggling.
You bet.
And sometimes those braided pipes that come down off the catalytic converter
Yeah.
start
Slinky
tearing
sleeve.
stuff like that, and they will rattle.
Yeah.
So
I can tell you this: we've had plenty of them where Fords and Chevys and everything else where you start it up in the trucks and you'll hear a rattle and pull the valve cover and get a loose valve spring. You know what I mean? Or you got a bad lifter. You know,
Just
got something going on.
replaced the head
Well,
on the
and
Chevy
also,
yesterday
you know,
for that.
the craziest things that where you should look. I always tell clients if they call me and they tell me I got this weird noise, I'll always ask them, did you put it in the trunk or the glove box? The glove box, another thing. You stick something in the glove box, you're going to hear it, and they don't even remember that they did it, and they don't correlate the time frame and the noise.
Well, you know what we do? We ask them to record the noise. You know what I mean? Take your phone, record the noise.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the guy says, well, can you hear it? And I go, no, can you make the noise for us?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
back
another
to
tool,
humiliating the customer.
another tool that we have here in our shop, and probably have 2 or 3 of them, is a stethoscope.
Yes.
It's called a mechanic stethoscope. So instead of having
You're a
a
doctor.
round
now, Glen.
disc on the end of the thing, it has a long
Probe.
hard probe that
Yeah.
you put on different components in there, so that you can hear where that, because like an axle bearing starts going out, is it the outer bearing, is it the inner one on the the shaft on the thing that's got another bearing in it.
When you're
on the
wearing that
long
thing,
shaft.
do you make the customers call you Dr. Glen?
Absolutely.
Well, you know what?
Oh, I always say I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. You know.
Well, you do know that, in the old days before they had those stethoscopes, you know what they used to use?
Yeah,
Long
screwdriver.
screwdrivers.
Long screwdriver, and they stick
And
their
you know
thumb
what?
in their
If you
ear,
pull,
and
if you
and
pull
it
that out and you
works.
hold it in your hand like this,
It works.
you really look more authoritative.
Do you think the doctors used to use the screwdriver trick when they checked your heart before the stethoscopes came along? Yeah. Hey, number 5, guys.
It's beaten.
Number 5.
Five. We're up to
Humming,
5.
or this one we've all heard because we have kids, whining noises.
The baby in the back.
I was gonna say,
the
it
first
has to be
thing
the
is
baby
the
in the trunk.
grandchild. Yeah.
Baby in the trunk.
Baby in the trunk.
When did you, since Glenn, Lee, when did you start sticking babies in trunks?
You know what? Every now and then, it's a good ride.
Okay, a whining in the back. Now you talk about inside the car or exterior. If it's in the exterior, it could be a differential. It could be a wheel bearing in the back, an axle bearing.
How many times have you, yeah.
Could be a center support
gonna go with-
bearing.
Power steering.
Most
Most of the time, power steering.
Well, that's true too. I was going to go with a bearing. I mean, how many times you turn left and all of a sudden you hear the noise, you turn right and it goes away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Wheel bearing.
yeah, wheel bearings and And
So I just tell people just only go to the right and you'll never hear the noise again.
No.
Just keep driving in circles like a crazy person.
I always send them to a stereo shop and tell them to have them install a stereo with a lot of speakers in it, and you won't hear any noises.
Yeah.
Put an equalizer in there.
80
Boost the sound.
80, 90 decibels, it'll go
Oh,
away.
my
You know?
goodness.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one too. I roar, roar, roar. She wrote it 3 times, so I have to say it 3 times now. When starting.
Simba in the back seat. Oh,
Roar,
when
roar,
starting.
roar.
You know what? That could be, like I say, starter, flywheel with the ring gears, knock the teeth off. And so it just, it'll sit there and it'll roar at you. You know what I mean? It'll, or once again, differential bearings in the back. We took a truck down the road this week, and I'll tell you what, we fixed everything on it. It wasn't running. So we had to, fix it all up so we could get it to run. It hadn't been running since 20. And boy, we took it down the road, and all you could hear was just this loud moan, roar, however you would describe it. And
That sounds like a Halloween sound to me.
yeah, there you go. And the differential in the back was just absolutely all the bearings gone. You know what I mean? So had to tear that apart. So it could be a number of things. A lot of it, would be you'd be able to ascertain whether or not those noises are coming, whether it is just sitting. You know what I mean? If it's roaring while it's sitting, it's going to be something obviously related to the motor being turned on. You know what I mean? Or if it's actually when it's in motion, then it brings in a whole variety of things that could create the cause or the possible.
Well, and here's another one. This is correlating to what we just talked about. Is
Bad key.
Bad key. Yeah. Or even a clicking.
Yeah.
So when
battery.
when starting the vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oop, every time my daughter, she had my Lexus out, went to take her dog to the dog food pet store or whatever, feed store. And she calls me, she says, your car just goes, but it's not starting. I said, sounds like a dead battery. No, the whole dash is all lit up and everything. I said, honey, there's not enough voltage to the starter.
Well, and also,
so I go over there, put it on a jump box, started the car, came back, tested, the battery was junk. So I put a new battery in and fixed the problem.
And it's so funny, but Glenn, it's so apropos that you shared that, because a lot of times, even when a battery's dead, all the gauges and everything else will illuminate. Sometimes even the radio
got enough
will
voltage
work,
to turn on the low voltage
voltage
stuff.
and amperage are completely different.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well, the battery only had 9.6 volts when I put the jump box on it. So it was
another thing, guys, that could cause that is a bad connection.
No question.
Loose battery cables.
question.
Loose battery terminals.
The thing of it is I always go out there and put your hands on it. Check it.
You bet.
Just check it.
Little twist.
Make sure that corrosion. I've seen it where corrosion has gotten inside the cable and you really didn't see it.
Yeah.
But you knew the cable was a little more swollen,
Yeah.
and it just ate the cable completely away, and the connection was gone. So,
Yeah.
so connection, starter, battery, all those things can cause that problem on a startup.
You bet.
Now, this is a bad one. Engine knocking.
Once again, I mean,
That's never good.
No, it's never good, and especially if you can hear it at idle. Sometimes noises are different because if you start it up, you don't hear the noise, but then you have to raise the RPM a little bit, and then it becomes, now you can determine whether or not it's coming from the top or the bottom of the engine, and a lot of times that could be because of lack of oil.
And oftentimes when you hear that, you'll hear it when it first starts. It knocks a little bit, and then it goes away after the engine actually starts. That means you're probably low on oil. You need to shut it right back off. Check your oil if it needs oil. Don't drive it to the nearest place.
Do not.
Find a way to get some oil in that thing before you drive it, because by the time you get to the auto parts store, wherever you're buying your oil from, you may have done such severe damage. And if it's been going on for days, you probably already did a bunch.
Well, you take a $40 problem and you create a $4,000 one.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
By avoidance. And the key
if
to it
doesn't sound right. It's cheaper to have it towed than to buy a motor. It costs you $4,000 or $5,000. In some cases, $10,000 to replace a motor.
But I love the advice that you gave. Find some oil fast. And know what you just said? Find some oil fast. And here's the thing. It costs you nothing to open the hood and take a quick check on the oil. So when you hear a noise, any kind of noise, not necessarily a knocking. Knocking is an extreme case. You know what I mean? The first thing you do, just wipe it off the list. Take it, pull the oil out, double check, make sure that you've got plenty of oil, and then you can move on to other things. But if you've got the knocking noise, the very first thing
I will tell you, we had a car in there about a month ago that had a knocking noise, and it was a flywheel.
Yeah.
So it isn't
a lot of brick.
It doesn't. You're right.
Flywheels.
You're right. A lot of broken flywheels.
Broken flywheels can cause that problem too. So you got to make sure that, and those things we trace down with what Glen said earlier, a stethoscope most of the time, because it's internally in the engine. We want to know if it's in the lower end, the upper end, back, front.
Yeah.
And we find all that stuff out. And like to your point, Lee, is that definitely the first thing you need to do is check the oil.
Yeah.
And make sure you got oil in the car. If you don't have oil in the car, we got big problems.
That's it. Cheap and easy.
And then we got to figure out where the oil went. So that's a whole nother subject, and we'll get on that later. But
cause and effect.
I remember in Young Frankenstein when Gene Wilder came up to the front door and he grabs the door knocks, and Frau Blucher comes up and, she opens the door and says, "What knockers?" Frau Blucher says, "Oh, thank you, Herr Frankenstein."
Send all your hate mail to Glen. I didn't say it. Just want to be clear about this. Send all hate mail to Glen.
But I heard it from Dave earlier this morning. I had to repeat it. Okay.
I can't work like this. All right. One more, guys. One more.
Can we tolerate
it? You guys, can you focus? Can we focus now?
I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Reel you back in. Let's just focus for one more minute, please.
One more noise.
My goodness.
Clicking or clunking during turns.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
generally goes back to your axles, especially if it's
front wheel drive cars. Yep.
And or your wheel bearings, you know what I mean?
Or it could be the steering gear itself. There's play in the inner tie rods.
Hey, we had a car 3 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. The wheel was loose. The rim on the tire.
That'll make a
loose
huge
lug nuts.
Yeah,
we thought, what in the world? I mean, this is a crazy noise.
And it had already destroyed the rim. You couldn't even tighten them up anymore.
No, we could tighten it back up. But the crazy thing was, every single lug nut was loose. And we're thinking, how does that happen?
What about ball joints?
Oh, yeah.
Ball joints can cause it. And also, too, strut tower bushings.
You bet.
Can cause it. Yeah. So, a lot of these
ride plate bearings.
Yeah, a lot of these vehicles, they got that strut tower, and it's a bearing in the top there.
And
if that thing goes bad, that strut's
the rubber breaks loose in there.
Yeah,
and it starts banging around. Don't see it much anymore, but in the earlier...
we used to see it all the time, but you're right. We don't see it as much as we used to.
I think they re-engineered some of that stuff to make sure it doesn't happen, because that is dangerous. Because that thing, once that rubber is gone, you could hit a big bump and the whole strut comes out.
Absolutely. Well, how many times have you put a car on a rack? You know what I mean? And as soon as you lift it up, the thing comes out and the wheels are
the strut drops out.
Whoa, that's unique.
Have that happen a few times.
We have too.
Freaking strut pulls out of the tower. It's like, oops.
Yeah. You guys weren't complaining about this noise. Good thing you didn't hit a bump.
Good thing you didn't go airborne.
Oh yeah, no, that's hey, that's been going on for a couple years. Whoa, you progressed. You should really see where you're at now.
God, can you imagine? It'd be even terrible. Just think if you had a flat tire and you had to jack the car up and then strut come out of there. That'd be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare.
Well, guys, you know what? It's been another great show, and Halloween is right around the corner, and we know Lee's going for the candy.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I don't know if it's good to stock up on candy before the stores start really pushing it on you. I don't know if they mark up prices or whether they really give you a deal. But anyway, I'm sure that all of us are going to stock up to have the little tykes and their older brothers and sisters or their grandparents or parents coming to the door. And
Halloween used to be my son's favorite time of year. He would, I mean, this was, I'll never forget it, you guys. I got to just share it. It was classic. He would sit on a chair on the front porch, backlit with the light, little red light.
Scare the hell out of the kids.
Oh no, this was the best. This was the best. Okay. He didn't want to scare the kids. Okay. But he wanted to see what the kids would do. So he had a bowl. He would sit there. He had a mask on, had his white sheet on, and he was just sitting there. And he had these funny hands, right? And he would just sit there, and the bowl was in it. And on the front of the bowl, it said, "Just take one." Okay. So he would sit there, and the kids would walk up, and they'd be like, "Ooh, is there somebody in there? Is he alive?" You know, they're poking at him and everything else. And so they'd reach in and take one. And a couple of kids one time didn't want to take anything. So the mom walks up, and she walks up, and she's like, "Is there anybody in there?" You know, she's doing the whole thing, and she just takes a whole handful of candy. and she's like, "There's nobody in there." And the kids are back. Okay, so our porch is a little bit recessed, and the kids are up on the sidewalk. Corbin sets the bowl down and stands up, doesn't say a word. The mom's out looking. There's nobody in there. And the kids are going. And she turns around and it was fantastic.
Well, there's a guy in our neighborhood that, and my granddaughter loves this place. He goes all out. I swear, this guy puts more stuff up. He's got this truck out there. Everything is just scary. It's scary to be, you know, and it's so funny because. And now he's got a neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
That they're trying to outdo each other.
They're in competition.
Yeah, they're in competition. So it's hilarious when we go down there.
Well, I tell you what, some people really get really geeked up. I mean, you've got the guys that answer the door and they say hello and they got the big green mouth, you know, and you're like, oh my goodness, you know. And, but we have a neighbor at one of the end of the cul-de-sac and he rents one of those cranes and he makes a dragon. And so when the kids come to the door, the dragon peers his head over the thing. And now he's got a little thing where it comes.
Oh, that's
fire.
Hilarious. That's
I
think this guy's got a dragon too. It's kind of funny.
It's crazy.
Well, guys, you know what? It's been a great show. And to all your listeners out there, please, if you like the show, like and subscribe. If you want to see more of these two ugly guys, like and subscribe.
Oh, even if you just want to get a giggle, come on.
Yeah. Hey,
and please be safe during the Halloween system. You know,
absolutely.
There are still some people who do naughty things to nice kids, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and be safe. You know, there's, you know, watch your kids and I just hope you have a great Halloween and
absolutely
enjoy it. You know, your kids are going to be all jerked up on sugar for a whole week, which is going to be interesting.
Or grandpa.
Or grandpa's going to, well, that'll just make you a little more normal.
There we go.
But yeah, I know I got a friend of mine that's got 6 kids and she tells me the week of Halloween is like kids are bouncing off the walls.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but for weeks after, while they're still eating the candies that they.
Oh yeah. She does say that too. It's almost like a 2-week deal. It's till they run out of the candy or she gets rid of it or hides it from them or something. I mean, my mom used to do that. I know my mom used to, we'd get so much candy. My mom would be like, these kids are not going to eat all this sugar this week. She couldn't handle us anyway. We were obnoxious anyway, but so she would hide half of it. You know? But anyway, guys, it's another great show. Good to see you guys as usual. And I look forward to the next podcast and happy Halloween, everybody.
Same to you, my brother. Be good.
Thanks out there.
Take care.
Bye.